Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, and I just got the email from Grant Cardone's team. Looks like one rental at a time. This channel did not make the cut. What am I talking about? Well, Grant Cardone came on Instagram. I want to say 3 days ago. I think it was Sunday. And he basically did a 3-minute video sitting in his Rolls Royce saying, hey, if you have a channel, you're a podcaster, you're a YouTuber, reach out to Annie on my team. She will look at your request and, maybe we can do some interviews sometime this week. Grant Cardone was very gracious. He was definitely open to going to smaller channels. At least that's what it seemed like. So I'm only bringing this up because several of my followers, both in YouTube and in Instagram, tagged me. Several of you forwarded it to me, and some of you texted me saying, "Hey, Grant Cardone is open to be interviewed by smaller channels." So, first, I want to thank you all for thinking of me. Second, was certainly fun to think about. I would love to interview Grant Cardone at some time in the future. But what I wanted you to know is here are my 3 topics because it looked like the interview was going to be about 20 minutes long. I'm sure he was going to be inundated with requests. But these are the 3 things that I thought were important that I wanted to bring up for this channel. Maybe another channel will take this idea and see where it goes. So number one, I wanted to talk to Grant Cardone about that time very early in his career where he sold his house, right? Remember, he had that first house. A couple of ladies moved in, they moved out. He sold the house when he made that move from that one Southern California house to, I think it was a 16-unit apartment building. But what I think I have heard is there was like a 3-year period between when Grant sold that first rental house and when he bought that 16 or 30 or whatever property it was. So it is very clear that Grant was hustling. He was out there making money. He was doing his thing. But I think he was also learning his market. I wanted to ask him, hey, Grant, were you focused only on Southern California? Were you focused only on Orange County? Were you focused near the water? What was that? And what were you looking for, right? Obviously, it was apartments, but in the beginning, I think it was all his capital. So what did that mean? That mean he looked as small as 16 and as big as 40? What was that like? And what did it mean to learn your apartment market? Because again, understanding Grant's childhood and whatnot, it didn't seem like apartment investing was something that was an experience he had. So I have to imagine he was doing a lot of learning. I call it learning your market. He may call it something else. So that was really going to be topic number 1 is let's take a deeper dive into that 3-year period. What were you doing besides working hard, stacking cash, and learning your market, right? That was number 1. Number 2, again, a story that I believe I have heard Grant talk about was at some point in his career, he was, by all accounts, already successful at this point, is he sold his primary home. I believe that was in Southern California. I believe it was a very, very nice pad. I'm sure it was millions of dollars. But I do believe he took a step back, right? He got uncomfortable. I believe after selling his home, because he was working like a madman, that he moved into a hotel for a while. And I want to talk about taking that step back. I call it the cheat code to wealth, right? When you sell your house, you move into a fourplex or something else, right? You kind of take a step back to take a step forward. I wanted to learn more about that. Was it intentional? Did he maybe think Southern California was in a bubble? What was he thinking about? And then I would love to know what were some kind of crazy things, right? You lived in a big old bachelor pad. Now you're living in a hotel. Tell us about that experience. Because again, I believe at this point in his career, he's still traveling 1,000,000 miles a year or whatever it is on airplanes, doing his thing. So I wanted to learn more about that. How did it work? Would he do it again? All of those things. So that's topic number 2. And then topic number 3, I wanted to talk about being an overnight success. When you look at Grant Cardone's trajectory, there were probably several times where he was deemed an overnight success. And again, an overnight success rarely is truly overnight. When he went from being just a ho-hum car salesman to being the number one, he was it. What did that feel like? Then he started teaching others, and he went from being just someone else to the number one trainer of car salesmen. Then he goes on and writes books. And it's just, when I look at Grant, he is not afraid of work. He is, I think he's very disciplined. And I wanted to talk more about that because I don't think a lot of people see the work. I think they see the flash, they see the sizzle now. I would love Grant to just break down some amazing things. Like, Grant, how many miles did you fly on commercial airlines? I'm assuming it's probably, if I had to guess, this is commercial. I'm not talking Grant private plane. I bet you that guy did 2.5, maybe 3 million miles total. I've done almost 1 million, and that life sucked. He did 3 of that. Then I want to talk about writing a book and then making it a national bestseller. Again, people see that, but I bet he got declined by this or that publisher. Then, of course, he goes out on social media and does this or that. I just want to talk about I wanted him to throw out some crazy stats like, yeah, Michael, I did a 3.2 million miles on commercial airplanes, hoping for upgrades. Yeah, Michael, I posted 17,813 videos before anything happened. I just wanted him to talk about nobody's an overnight success. Not even Uncle G, Grant Cardone, author, future billionaire, all of that stuff. So again, those are the 3 topics I sent off to Annie. Set off the size of the channel, all of that. We got the Dear John, no thank you, try again later. But again, those are the 3 topics. Again, we had 20 minutes. I think we could have gotten through those. But yeah. So again, thank you all One Rental at a Time fans. Thank you for looking out. Thank you for tagging me on Grant's IG story, I guess it was, or post. Thank you for forwarding it to me. It means the world to me. Someday we'll talk to Grant. We have talked to Elena. We interviewed Captain Ryan in the past. Someday we'll talk to Grant, but not this time. Take care. Thank you for all you do. Have a wonderful day. Bye.